There's nowhere to hide from me.
Welcome in to Mr. Disfinity. I hope you enjoyed that. I've tried to make it to where I'd get the Boba Fett conversation or his little quip before we started. This is perhaps one of my most exciting toy boxes that I've done up to this point. I know I say that about almost all of them, but I am really thrilled to bring this toy box to you. You can see by the description and what this is. This is from Book of Boba Fett, and this is Mos Espa. There is a portion where in one of the first few episodes of Book of Boba Fett where Boba and Fennec Shand are walking into town, walking into Mos Espa. And this is that main area. And so we're going to go right ahead. We're going to see a couple of other things later on. I'll take you on a tour of the whole area, the whole toy box that I have set up. It feels a little bit like a play set, but is not. I made sure to add a few individuals walking through, and so we've got some Jawas, we've got a Twi'lek right there, and a few others. And this is really thrilling to me to be able to bring this to you. And yeah, as you know, most of you who have seen this with me before, you know this is very lacking in logic, but I am more about the creating of the palette and letting you add the logic, and there are definitely some things you can do with logic on this. So I made sure to add a few different individuals who looks like they would be from Tatooine, and like Wuher there, and a few others. But straight ahead, we are going right on into the Sanctuary, which is Garsa Fwip, her place, and we're going to see Garsa here in just a moment. But I wanted to point out really quickly here on this archway that I did, I used what I call the Undertaker hack that you can do. You throw that Undertaker building in, and you throw the Undertaker building on, and then you delete it. And after you've done that, it gives you the opportunity to be able to put things like archways in with stairs. And I think there is an order that you have to do it. I don't remember, but that's kind of what we've done here. So, moving on in and looking at what we have with the Sanctuary, I tried to take a lot of the feel of the Sanctuary from the movie, from the TV series in, and even went so far as putting Garsa Fwip right here. And it just is great that we actually have a non-playable character, a townsperson in the play sets that are available to us that looks exactly like what we were hoping for from this. And so this is what we have. The flooring right here I took and used it is the White World, Frosted White World spot, and I just made the ground that way and took the ground for that. This is where the band would play. Too bad we don't have a Max Rebo that we can use, but we do have a droid there playing an instrument, I guess is what we could say that they're doing. But we set up the instrument. I do feel it's a shame that we don't have Max Rebo, because we actually have Max Rebo's instrument right there to be able to play. I made it to where we have a couple of different areas there from the Mos Eisley Cantina to make it look like the cantina spot. We have some stuff there cooking and roasting. And if you go back here, this is the kitchen area. So we have the kitchen area. Oh, I have a piece that I never set. Oops, just pay no attention. Oh, a couple pieces. We're just having them hang out from the ceiling then. And that doesn't actually make it look too bad. It actually gives it kind of a feel of a kitchen other than the one that's hovering in the air. But put the Meiluron and some Jogan fruit and other things with some cooking appliances in here. Maybe I could add another droid in here to make it work a little bit better. But that's just the feel. And then we have the back way out that way, and we'll go around and see that back later on. The styling for the walls down at the bottom here is also Frosted White World, and then also some of the wood styling for things there. There actually is an upper level, and you have to go over onto the other end of the cantina to be able to see that. I did pull a lot of things in here from the interiors, and so being able to see a lot of the interior toys that were brought in. This is part of what makes this such a fun little spot to be able to be. I thought I had taken care of all of those. There's another one that did not get taken care of and moved. But moving on up right over here onto the left, one of the things that you can see as far as textures, we used I think that texture behind there is the, oh my goodness, I can't remember what it's called right now. I'll have to look really quickly. The rose brown is what I want to call it. It's to the left here. My cat just came in and walked in. Yeah, the rosy brown ceiling texture is the one that we have there. So we have that. We have various wood textures. The ceiling is the Tatooine one, and we'll see that from a different angle later on. But that's everything coming through here, and then you have a spot to be able to go all the way down and experience just a little bit more of the, just kind of making just an additional little spot here to be able to have people to go, players to be able to explore, especially if you do something like a search of things. If you send Boba Fett after searching for some things, you could create a spot where he could do that. But that's the interior of the, oh, that's where that was supposed to go. That was supposed to go down there. That's the interior of the Sanctuary Cantina. So I really feel that this turned out really gorgeous on the inside, and we'll say farewell to Garza Whip here for a moment, and we'll move over to the rest of the Skydome. As you can see, is the Radiator Springs Skydome, and so there's a lot of things that we brought into this from the Tatooine stuff. Right over here is the Mayor Town Hall, and I love the way this turned out as well. I actually did take that from a screenshot and looked at the Town Hall and how it looked, using those pipes to be able to bring in, changing the color of the pipes and using those to bring the basic idea of Town Hall of Mos Espa. So coming into Mos Espa, coming into the Town Hall, you can see it's kind of a difficult little squeeze, but we made it in there and have that. And if you remember, there was that front reception area. That's what this is here, and went down. And from that front reception area, there was the other area where they met. Oh, he's moved around. Where they met with the mayor. He moved from where I put him last, and I thought that he was told not to move anywhere. Anyway, I did put that in there, and if you remember right, after they went to go meet with the mayor, the one person went out the back way, so I created a nice little back entrance for somebody to go out. There's a Jawa hanging out there, and be able to take the vehicle on a chase through Mos Espa. And this is from Asgard, is where I grabbed this one from. But then you would be able to take this. It's not going very fast, but I think I'm okay with that because the handling is not the best anyway. So you can do that. I'm going to take a Bantha instead because, you know, Boba likes to ride like a Bantha. So we take the Bantha through the town. This is the backside of, if you remember what I pointed out, I don't know where the Bantha's going to end up going, but pointing out where that's the backside of the kitchen from the sanctuary. So, and we'll continue to just walk through the rest of this one. So there are some back spots here that I have, some back areas that you can just go through. There is one spot during that chase. I was going to put some covers on that. In fact, let me do that right now, just so that you can kind of see as we do that. Going through and creating. This is one of my biggest hacks for being able to do, and I mentioned it before on a previous one, that it really kind of gives a nice little feel to be able to cover up the windows. It makes it feel a little more, and we'll just style this. Some of these we'll style with the Aladdin themes, the bizarre palace stucco. Aladdin Palace stucco. Aladdin Palace stucco. You can also use the Fantasyland one, but the stucco is the better for the fantasy for Aladdin's. Here you can even create, and I do that a lot of times, I will create a door feeling for it. So when I'm in a place like Tatooine, the door that I will often create, I sometimes will do kiln, but I will most of the time use crate, and it just gives kind of a door feel to it. So then we can exit and go back to Boba Fett being here and have him on the steps. I missed that one too, my goodness. And we'll get that there. And we'll go there. And move along. So there's a nice little spot that I created, and I mentioned this on a previous video that I really kind of enjoy being able to take some liberties with just creating like small little backspaces and just fun stuff to be able to explore if you are a player. And I kind of did that there on this, creating this upper level here, and if you come through here then you can go back down, and this takes us over by the entrance. And we'll go, that was the entrance where we started. There's the entrance where we started. We'll go another spot around here. There's a small little area that I created, kind of a back area here for you to be able to go through. Again, just kind of a fun little back thing. So if you were to play some sort of a game of like a shooting game of some sort with another player or anything like that, you'd have that small little area to go back through. Excuse me. And this is the town hall coming through on this archway, and then you can see the town hall there. I added a lot of rocks and things for being able to do the desert themed rocks, but this really does give a lot of the feel of Mos Espa, and I really am pleased with how this turned out, particularly the sanctuary, how the sanctuary turned out, and right now I've got enough small non-playable characters just kind of wandering through that it kind of gives a really nice feel to it. And it still gives it to where it's not completely a ghost town, but you do have a few individuals there, and there still is a little bit more space that you could do a little bit more with it if you wanted to on it. So let me take you in the spark mode and just kind of show, whoops, let's try that again. Let's do spark mode. There we go. And we'll go into spark mode here and just kind of show everything that we've done. One of the cool things that I discovered while doing this, creating this, is being able to take certain areas that are beyond the walls, like these areas right here, and just being able to, you don't have to put, if it's down here on that level, the player's not going to be able to see that it's not sitting on anything. So I was able to take that and really have fun playing with that and moving a couple of things, a couple of domes onto it, and things like that. I might be doing later on like a Mr. Disfinity's neighborhood advice piece. We didn't explore this area here, and I will probably go through and explore that. But with that, I didn't talk about it, but one of the things, there are a couple of things to make your toy boxes very, very Star Wars feel to it, and one of the first is to make sure that you're adding domes. Domes, full domes are an amazing Star Wars addition. It really does give a lot of that Star Wars feel to everything, and so if you add the domes to it, also being able to add, I've talked about it before, but adding the slide rails and then giving them that feel, the styling of the electricity is a really good thing to be able to add on. Also, I just noticed that needs the Agrabah Palace feel. Also, just being able to kind of throw a couple of different things around if you're doing something Tatooine based, pulling in a lot of different things from the Aladdin playsets and things like that, because of the deserty environment and everything really do help. Like I talked about before, adding various types of doors on to give the feel of doors really is kind of neat. That's the best that we can do, given what Disney Infinity has given us. The best we can do is just kind of creating the doors to the best we can. One of the other things you have seen before, being able to create and take the there are certain pieces that you can use that work well to be able to, let's do this for just a moment here, that you are able to do the bounding box and not acknowledge the bounding box. You can use either a scalable barrier block or a trigger area. Either one of those works, and you can do the exact same thing. I did that on here, where I took the trigger area, added that, or the scalable barrier block, added that in, and then took some of the block pieces to give it a different bottom feel, so that you don't have everything, all of the towers don't look exactly the same on the bottom. You can do that there. I think you can do that with some of these other ones. It just kind of creates a just a different feel with it. Yeah, you can do it because I did it right there, taking it into their those spots and merging those pieces with it. I have the door over there in the background just in case I wanted to go in and pull anything else in from the interior. I've been tempted to do that still. I pulled in a lot from it, but as you can see, I'm starting to get a little bit lower on memory, and so I am kind of hesitant on if I wanted to bring anything else more into this toy box. But that is overall what I've done. I like the idea also of some layers. And I like that it kind of ended me up there, because if you look over into the spots over there where there's all of those different buildings, the layers that are created level-wise really kind of help to create more of that feel of what you want to be able to do. You could create some sort of a chase that goes all the way through the areas if you were wanting to do something like that here. This is the one area that I was... It's just to kind of orient you. Off there is the sanctuary to the straight through, and there's town hall. So being able to work through this spot and just add just a bunch of different things. It just has been such a fun, like I said before, such a fun little toy box to be able to create. Cramming a bunch of things in here, but also making it have a wonderful feel. I just have loved being able to do this toy box. So this is the Mos Espa toy box, and hope you enjoy doing that. If you have some questions with that, again, feel free to message me or put some comments in the comment section below, and let others know, other Infiniteers know to like and subscribe, and also just being able to share that. Oh, one thing I did want to do really quickly, I apologize for this, but we need to go back to it, is just to kind of show the roof. The way I did that, I threw on the Tatooine brown roof, and that just makes it to where when we're inside the sanctuary, that brown roof piece, those pieces have the feel of what we're looking for as far as roof whites. And that was the other reason why I did, when you look at actually what this building looks like on the TV series, there is this spot over here on the side, and that's part of why I created that upper level inside. So this is the toy box for Mos Espa. I hope you enjoyed being able to see this and what we have, what I've created for this, and look forward to seeing you again with another one of my toy boxes at another time. Take care.